Oh, Alexis, I had a feeling you'd be arriving soon. Urgent tidings always seem to carry in their wake after all, and Master Fortuno recently sent word regarding his investigation. It seems he's uncovered information regarding Professor Claudian's whereabouts and his sudden reappearance of pandemonium in the ethereal sea. We would do well to meet with him at once. If you have no objections, then I ask you proceed with the Aishascope forthwith. I shall make the necessary arrangements to join you shortly. Blah, 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 blah. Where's the lens? Oh. I thought this was the Frog City because of the music, but it's not. See, look, in comparison to FF16, look how small my Chocobo is. And he's so fast. Look at him go, Woglinde, Woglinde. Woo, 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 woo. Anyway. Let me actually fly appropriately with him. This way, right? Yeah. Woglinde. Fortuno, you Fortuno. I thank you for answering my summons in haste. Let us forgo formalities and jump straight to the heart of the matter. Namely, the whereabouts of Professor Claudian has not been seen since his ill-advised journey to Azislaw. A subsequent expedition discovered an airship in the vicinity of the Aetherochemical Research Facility. Although the vessel clearly belonged to Professor, he's nowhere to be found. There are signs that someone, perhaps the man himself, had forced their way into the facility, so the trail was duly followed. However, that trail led nowhere, and in its most literal sense, 'twas almost as if an entire sector of the facility had been wrested from existence. Further investigation confirmed the expedition's party suspicions nigh on the entire sector of Azislaw has been teleported elsewhere. Teleported to where? Ooh, believe the destination was none other than the ethereal sea, here where its elegant facilities reconstituted as halls of pandemonium to great success, as you can see. So that means Professor Claudine is in there, in the monstrous fortress? That's our leading theory. We are certain enough, at least, to risk sending you into the depths of searching for this missing man. I'll go beat some beat some butt. Yeah, before we do, there's another pressing matter. While pandemonium may appear firmly sealed, an entity unknown was recently spotted crawling forth from its gates. We observed its behavior in the Aishascope, and to our horror witnessed it gorging upon the surrounding ether like a ravenous beast. What? It must be stopped. The ethereal sea harbors the souls of the departed. 'Tis the wellspring from which all creatures are born. Life itself might cease to be if it eats it all, apparently. Precisely, it must be our first priority. Rid us of this menace, and we will be the liberty of investigating what wicked machinations are afoot. This memory crystal discovered from Claudian's airship, take it with you. It may provide some insight to the enigma of pandemonium. Without themness, there may be no army of phantom warriors. I realize you're more than capable in combat, but are you certain you'll be alright? Themis isn't the only one who can summon our illusionary allies. He isn't? Why, of course I should have known someone with your talents would master the ancient arcane arts. Apologies for my failure of imagination. But once we are free from the looming specter of pandemonium, you must promise to share your knowledge. For the sake of the thorough reports, of course. Meanwhile, I shall focus my efforts on providing you with information support I can. I shall gather researchers from the confluence to construct a means to convey you to your destination. The rest is in your hands. Aye aye, annoying Fortuno family member. The 9th circle. Okay, I'm ready, Nemu. Nemu. Let me findeth you. Oh, where's my friend list? Invite. Invited. Let's go, vroom. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go, let us go. 9th circle? Oh, hold on. 9th circle. I changed my outfit again for the patch again. It's a crime to wear the same outfit in the same patch, as you all know. Alright, I had water. Okay, let's go. I like how everything's instant Q when you're a healer. I think that's why I'll never play anything other than healer, just because I don't have to wait. Like, that's like the big thing, like having no wait. Which makes it funnier that this other healer hasn't queued, because it's like we literally have no queue time, so I don't know why they aren't queued already. Okay, hang on. Ooh. That token music. It's probably way higher, I bet. SM Stone, let's go.
My feast must not end. My feast must not be interrupted.
Nothing better than FF14 music, let me tell you. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's my first time, but I think I'm doing okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Off me. Shield up. Man, really trying patience on my healing, eh? Ooh, pretty. Cool book gets the prize. Oh, right, I don't have anything. What's my worst? What's my worst? Ring. So we'll try body piece. Body piece. Impressive work, Lexus. These memories of your tenacity were not embellished in the slightest. Oh, do not be alarmed. A proper introductions shall set your mind at ease. I am Athena, chief keyword of Pandemonium, wife to La Habrea, and mother. Oh no, 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 no! We don't. Nope. No, thank you. And it is I who made Pandemonium anew in the underworld. Nope. Yeah, Amaris became source of all your recent troubles. Nope. No. Nope. I must say, I did not imagine I'd meet you in this age. A slight miscalculation, but perhaps a fortunate one, for your deeds in the past have left quite an impression on me. Yeah, right, there's no fixing that. I understand you have reason to be worried, but I assure you there is no need. Okay, yeah, sure. I know not what La Brea has told you of me, but all I have done out of sincere scientific curiosity. That appetite yet remains, even after my rebirth. Conflict is the furthest thing from my mind, and I ask that you at least hear me out before brandishing your weapon. No, just bop her. Just hit her with the book, the back end of the book. Give Claudian back. So you have no intention of halting your research? I have not endured this long journey to get my dream of godhood go unrealized. The souls of Ethereal Sea and the man you call Claudian are indispensable to my work. Worry not, for I treat all my tools with care, especially those which I will grasp with godhood. This lady. You're stubborn as La Habrea, I see. Although I speak in earnest, you fears to hear the meaning of my words. Perhaps you should be better served by a different teacher. Luckily, you've already possessed the tools I require to make one for you. Oh! Yes, that crystal teems with memories. The memories of two souls you know quite well, La Habrea and Eric Thonios. Like you don't say. I shall stitch them into the fabric of two errant souls, that with their help you may come see clearly. How about you not? How about you not? How about you not? Okay, well I guess you are, regardless of what I say. Where are we? Sure, these two have much to tell you of me, and I would have you listen. Perhaps you shall better understand me, my desire for godhood. There is another, but their soul has proven difficult to work with. However, with these memories, I very well may manage to weave together something presentable. You have a place in my plans. I do hope in time that you'll come to realize that cooperation is the best path forward. Yeah, no. There's no fixing this. I have little understanding of what we are, yet somehow I am unsurprised to find you here. At present, I have more questions than answers. Perhaps you can help me address this inequity. Is there something we can speak of without fear of interruption? I don't know how long it's been, Lexus, but it's good to see your face. I wonder we're under more conventional circumstances? Just where are we, and what events have led to this unexpected reunion? Ah yes, I remember you telling us about this memory crystal. To think that it contained our memories? This is a lot to take in, not least of all the fact that you hail from the future. I searched for you after time, but I could find no trace. Now I know why. Aw, now he's in our time. This is so crazy. Everybody's time jumping everywhere. Makes sense though, you know? They're like, what? The ghosts? Now they're in the future with us. Well, our present, but their future. Our age has its share of surprises. If memory is hard to believe, the supposedly world-ending final days came upon us. Yet, here we are in the future where you at least exist. Yeah, that's right. They died before the end of days, right? Yeah, they basically pulled them to the future because we went back and we stopped the end of days. Well, the end of days happened. They're from like the far past, so like it's so weird. But they're basically a manifestation of memories from one of the crystals that we held in our hands. Do we ever come to despair that befalls us? Do we find a way to live on? Questions without simple answers, it seems. Let us take heart that life endured in some form, but memories, we may never have the luxury of the larger picture. Regardless, none of this come to pass. This future must be protected from Athena's scheming. Let this conviction guide our every action. Agreed, but the memories given fleeting form, we are bereft of any physical or magical talents. We cannot aid Lexus in battle. Nay, Athena meant us to speak and nothing more, but we may be tools. We need to be slaves to her whims. We will tear ourselves from her grasp and shatter her ambitions. Must wonder if she knew of our history with Luxus. Likely she possessed some means by which to observe events within Pandemonium, either while they are occurring or after the fact. Regardless, her knowledge far exceeds our own. A shortcoming we must remedy at once. I mean, he might as well be Ansem at this point. Everybody's getting Norded, that's for sure. We would be well to do learn more of Pandemonium now dominating the landscape of souls. Lux's colleagues will no doubt prove value of that aspect. That respect. That's so funny, it's their first time meeting Asians, right? They're like, what the shit? We'll take the crit. Why do your companions hesitate to approach? You may be unusual visitors, but time is of the essence. Bring them here. Then? Although you may be a confluence of memory, it is an honor to meet the personages I've only read about in Luxus's reports. As a researcher, this is beyond exciting, but I admit no small measure of fear as well. I know what you mean, I can scarcely stop my legs from shaking. We're powerless to do aught but speak. I see no reason why you should be afraid. It isn't my life for I fear. I only fear that I might not have the chance to ask you all the questions now burning a hole in my mind. We stand before two of the ancients who hold priceless knowledge beyond the ken of any of our peers. But what purpose does fear serve if not to be confronted and conquered? To that end, we share with you our records, and perhaps together we can find the thread which leads us safely out of this conundrum. Information shall be our most precious resource, for that is the only weapon we can wield in these forms. Our memories are at your complete disposal. We can start with Athena, whose thirst for discovery would see all life consumed. Her desires still haven't changed. She still seeks to transcend her mortal existence so that she might unravel these mysteries of life. She would become a god. Nebulous concept, but Athena had her own ideas on what divinity entailed. In her mind, a god can create souls at will. Thus she chose the underworld, or ethereal sea, as it is known this age, and thus staging the ground for her final experiments. Here lies a practically bottomless well of aether. Even if it means stemming the flow of the life itself, she intends to continue her work. She thinks of nothing else. I had a glimpse of Athena as we came into this world. Her smile, her voice, is just as I remember. Without even realizing it, I found myself feeling an affection for her. Stupid? I mean, I get why, but like, stupid? Don't look at me like I've gone mad. I'm not asking you to join our side. I know the true Ericthonius would never want that, but these emotions remain in memory if nowhere else. We shall remain here to compile the information of what we can. You must infiltrate Pandemonium and seek out Athena. I would ask you to leave the memory crystal with us. It may hold secrets which have yet to be unveiled. All that's left is to cross the menacing threshold, so we take a closer look? I have one question for you. Does the word Orosite mean aught to you? Orosite. Why yes, there are a few records of its existence. It mainly makes appearances in the legends of Ivalice and in the tales concerning the Asian Laha. Well, in tales concerning an entity known as an Asian. This personage is associated with black Orosite known as the Heart of Sabik, a source of considerable power. I see, so time has not buried it. Dude was about to say La Habrea in front of... Anyway. From the outside, Pandemonium looks no different than it does in the past. However, there's no guarantee the inside will be familiar. You do well to secure the area of the entrance first. Once it's been cleared of threats, La Habrea and I can approach and we can begin exploration of the interior. A portal should convey you to Pandemonium Gate. I hardly need to tell you to keep your weapon at the ready. My oh my, I knew you would come. Look who it is. Scrub. I never was faithful to meet again. I told you as much, did I not? I understand you may be confused. I too was first. I was a 2 at first. You see, I'm not the truth Themis. I was made by Athena, molded from one of many souls at her disposal. A millennial illusion built from memory, no more real than La Habrea or Erechthonius. Even so, I believe I have the grasp on the situation. This is the distant future. A future where Athena lives once more, although the means of her rebirth are beyond me. You're here to stop her. Have I the right of it so far? Very good. I'd be disappointed if I did not rise to your challenge. Although I'm very sorry to say I cannot aid you, my creator has tampered with my essence and I'm oddly inclined to act in her interests. I can do not but offer you words of warning. We will fight and it cannot be avoided. No need for pain expression. Remember, I am but an illusion, nothing more worth shedding tears over. I'd feel terrible if I had to trounce Elidibus again. We can free you just as we freed Agdistis. You know what? That's true. I hate to say that, but that's true. I thank you for your sentiment, but I'm afraid that is quite impossible. Athena's grasp on my mind is unyielding. So I would ask you listen carefully to the advice I offer you now. Athena has prepared a new vessel for the replacement of Erechthonius so that she may become a god. By gathering the souls readily available in the Sea of Ether, she tempers her own essence. Yet her souls are faint and diffused. She doubts whether they are sufficient for her goals, so she has turned her gaze to you. Despite your thin ether, you managed to lay Hephaestus low, and Athena would like to know the secret of your strength. To that end, she has prepared an experiment of her observation. Fight for your life against Athena's creation, and doing so give her the knowledge she desires. That's gross. What's happening? Athena's made her move. We must find a way to reach her at all costs. Or all is lost. We need a little bit of hope for Lexus' success. Bong! Oh, I thought it was gonna go bong right at the cutscene. Whoa! Whoa! That's crazy. This thing's so gross. Pandemonium of once a lifeless stone, now imbued with the soul. Athena has grown so much since her death at La Brea's hand. Although the souls she creates are imperfect, they always act with absolute obedience. I know you shall cut your way with this monster, so as you so many others. Then you shall come forth before me. Do not hesitate, do what you must. There's the only way to stop Athena. Such a good picture. Okay. Is it really? It's ugly. No wonder. It's got power. It's ugly. Holy heck, is it ugly? Unbelievably ugly. Unbelievably ugly. Its power comes from its ugliness. Really? Wow. I mean, I'm not one to ever do savages because, like, I just don't have a regular raid schedule, but, like, holy crap, if it's harder than 12S, jeez. I wish I could raid, but I just don't have the time. Like, I just don't have the ability to, you know? I wish I did. I wonder how long it's gonna take us to queue. Probably not too long, right? 3 or 4 DPS, the tanks are probably gonna take the longest. See, this is matcha flavor. It does it? Well, it looks like a near boss, right? I don't know. To me, it looks like a near boss. Or a jacked up Alexander. like a really bad Alexander. So gross. Look, there's a cage hanging from his bottom of his stomach and he's like a crab and stuff. So nasty. Yoshi P was drunk this night. Who did the boss design? I want to find out. Who is the artist? Someone needs to say a therapist. No. Alexander is actually my favorite. Alexander is my favorite summon of all time. It will always be, will forever be. My favorite version of him is Final Fantasy IX. Absolutely adore Alexander. Like, Alexander's like, there's no summon that can top him for me. Because Alexander's so beautiful that, like, anything that's like the opposite is like just so ugly, right? Like, it's like the extreme polar opposites. But Alexander's like, oh my gosh, Alexander's such a pretty castle. It could also be self-deprecation. Because, fun fact, that's my middle name. So, I'm a little biased, but Alexander is also my favorite summon. Finally. There's always that one DPS who's waited so long that they've fallen asleep at their keyboard.
From countless failures have I wrought miracles. Into soulless vessels I breathe life.
I had to jump off because I didn't separate the tethers. So I didn't have a choice. I either died or they yeah, see they would have gotten killed. Only give me one choice, eh?
Offers no escape.
Make me jump off immediately at the beginning.
Stay where you are. Went like unto chains. A tangled morsel, awaiting death. All hearts lead back to me. I offer a glimpse of Lady Athena's power! Stay where you are. A tangled morsel, awaiting death. to me. These bars are unbreakable.
Well,
I am Pandemonium, and these sounds are mine. Stay where you are. Bear yourselves to me.
jeez. Okay. Okay. That's enough damage.
Special cells. Your soul screams. Like unto chains. These bars are unbreakable.
Jeez. Body, legs. Yeah, that's scary. The damage output on that segment was crazy. Like he kept ramming the platform and like I was busting out all my healing and it's hard to keep up. That's so crazy. That was beautiful display as always. I stand enchanted by your grace in battle. Alexis, is that? Pandemonium's final gate has been cast wide. I shall await your arrival beyond. Man, that's tough. Apologies for not coming sooner. This space enveloped by some fell energy, and we couldn't risk venturing in before taking due precautions. Were my eyes mistaken? Was that Themis? Tell us what you know. We must consider our next course of action carefully. Okay, well, you see, it all started when... I ought to have anticipated this. If she bore witness to past events with Pandemonium, Athena would have found Elidibus impossible to overlook. He possessed such talent for magic, to say not of the emissary's discerning judgment. And so she found his soul upon the tides of the ethereal sea and used his memories to craft a puppet. But is what Themis said true? She imbued Pandemonium itself with a soul? To breathe life which has never lived. Athena's research is fast approaching its culmination. Fortunately, the information you shared with us by your friends, we've made some strides towards figuring out how to stop her. The crystal card Heart of Sabbac may be the key. Oh, bro, can we not? The research has related a quick but thorough history of events leading to the present, and the sundering of the star, the emergence of the Ascians, and the calamities it brought bear upon the realm. Tales that under other circumstances would have been considered childish fantasy if not for the name that rang true to La Habrea's memory. Sako Supreme. Two beef Sako Supreme. The Heart of Sabbac, the Ultima's weapon's might, not least the spell known as Ultima and the source of enduring mystery. That time Thancred got possessed. We'll never let him live it down. We're told by a general from the Garlean Empire who was gifted to this oversight by Ascian the Ultima weapon might be perfected. Man, that's like a 9-year flashback, 10-year flashback. The identity of the shadowy benefactor, however, remains a curious unknown. You seem to be a veritable trove of uncommon knowledge if there's aught you're withholding. La Habrea? La Habrea? Very well. At present, the Heart of Sabbac itself is a greater moment. It is creation of Athena has made her time during the words of La Habrea. Which predates even Pandemonium's construction, since we brought us the crystal she claimed to have chanced upon, saying it contained immense power. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, technically we did, but, you know, bygones be bygones, you know. She dubbed it Orosite, studying with the fervor unusual for even her. The eventual fruit of her efforts was a Stygian crystal unlike we had aught ever seen, the Heart of Sabbac. How did she find this Orosite? Did Athena encounter her Ultima the High Seraph, perchance? Oh. An unexpectedly specific question. I gather the Heart of Sabbac is not the only Orosite in this era. Regardless, I know not of his High Seraph. Athena was never forthcoming as to how she found the crystal, though we came to suspect it is not of our star. Much later, we discovered that Orosite magnifies the desires of those who come in contact with it. This would do much to explain Athena's actions following her recovery of the crystal. Alas, this realization came too late. By the time I moved the seal to Orosite, its insidious influence away, Athena's plot had already been laid. So it became of the Heart of Sabbac. It took from Athena's laboratory after I ended her life. The density of the Aether was unlike any I'd ever observed. I knew its capacity for destruction, but further analysis had proved impossible. I elected to safeguard it myself. It is possible that Athena herself obscured the crystal's contents. Even if we were memories stored within, I would have remained in ignorance. If she included some mechanism by which to give these memories form, as she did with her own, she would be reborn. Ironic that I should have protected those very memories in the name of safeguarding the star. Fated loath to see mistakes go unpunished. Wow. I've already told you all I know of Athena and the many secrets she kept hidden from the world. If she indeed stored her memories with the heart of Sibik, we must ask ourselves what awakened in this age and when the crystal was last sighted. During my fight with the ultimate weapon? In which he triumphed but failed to recover the heart. Yet according to your colleagues, there was another on the battlefield that day, an Asian. Same self Asian was later struck down in a location known as the Etherical Chemical Research Facility. I've heard that name recently, the site of Professor Claudian's disappearance. Indeed, he was tracing an etherical signature resembling that of the memory and crystal in possession, a signature that may have belonged to the heart, in which case it is no coincidence that Athena's awakening followed. For what reason would he have to bring her back to life? Was his mind not his own? Yet more questions without answers. Although Athena's essence is that of her memory, her magics have not suffered for lack of physical body. As the world is now, it should be possible, but she must have found a suitable vessel. Oh my gosh, cannot talk. If Elidibus is to believe, she readies the vessel for godhood and is perilously close to success. It beggars belief, as you will know, you were her linchpin of her ambition. Yours is the only form that could contain the immense power that Athena required, and it's long since turned to dust. As pleasant as this discussion is, we require more information if we're to unravel the mystery. You know who awaits you, Luxus Themis. I fear you won't find him so cooperative as we're accustomed to. We may not know how the vast space these gates may be, but somewhere inside lurks Athena with Elidibus leashed at her side. This may be a simplistic theory, but hear me out. If Themis arose from his memories intact, he'll be eager to see reason. We only need to break the magics that bind him to regain our old ally. When I had fallen under Hephaestus' influence, she didn't stop prying until I was freed. I would ask you to do the same for Themis. Though none of us are real in conventional sense, I feel it must be done. Themis would never be wished to be your enemy. With Eric Thernia's perspective is a sentimental one. Elidibus may possess privileged knowledge. To question him impedingly by magics would be ideal. Aegisthus broke free of her own bonds in the final moment, suggesting that Athena's hold weakens over the weight of combat. We might be able to use the same principle to unshackle Elidibus' mind. But remember, the very nature is fragile. Even if the inhabitants a vessel with which you are to meet in battle, I'm not certain it is meant to endure. If left weakened too long, his aether may dissipate back into the ethereal sea. You best act quickly. Man, you know, I always love these raids. We're going... Oh boy, let's go.
I suppose I have Athena to thank for this incarnation. I have long considered how I might stand against you, I admit. In transformation, I present to you my truth. I am Elidibus.
Oh, Amaranth. Oh my gosh, that's making me emotional. Dude. Oh my gosh. Man.
My heart quivers in anticipation. When light embrace or darkness consume. To the Anabaseios' judgment! This must needs be maintained.
Oh, yeah, it's probably light. It's probably light.
Will you be judged worthy to exist? These magics are not for you to... When light embrace or darkness consume. Will you be judged worthy to exist?
I guess it's supposed to be here? I guess. I don't know how that works. I don't know how the mechanic works. Is it the opposite or is it the actual? Just dodge it, right? You can't, because it's a dot. You can't dodge it. I wish I could. I wish.
I am the emissary, and I shall never die.
I'll watch where the other people with the same dots go. Okay. Yeah, it's opposite. Okay, it's opposite. I got it. It's opposite.
Your measure. These magics are not for you to... Will you be judged worthy to exist? warriors forged in my own image. Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Ugh, my eyes are all stingy from like being sad about him. Man, this whole time Lux hasn't, none of the Warriors of Light has celebrated any of that. Jeez. Oh, that's such a cool photo. We'll take pant. Followed by accessory. Okay, well, we needed one accessory. Yeesh. It's a 100, I promise. I'll drown my own commentary out if I turn it up any higher. But it's like blaring in my earphones, but you guys get it lower volume on the stream. But in my earphones, it's always blaring. The fog is lifted. I knew Athena's magic magnified the desires of their victim at the expense of aught else, but I never guessed what desire of mine she could exploit. Since the moment we met, I made my interest in you, my desire to understand your nature. I suppose that curiosity extended to how much you would fare against a match in strength. What is this? Free, I'm no longer needed. You don't look so crestfallen, friend. These few moments of clarity are more than I could have asked for. You must render judgment of Athena's actions. No one else but you. It's warm. Your aether. Grasp the fraying strands of my being and tie them together with your own. Nevertheless, I fear I'm here on borrowed time. Oh, that's such a this picture. I hope I can see you through the last of our battles. Until then, I will cherish every moment. I am Elidibus the emissary. Such it falls upon me to judge Athena, who would disrupt our carefully maintained balance to fulfill her own desires. I swear I shall not waver in this duty. Let us return to Ericthonios and La Brea. There is much I would share with you before we embark upon our final ascent. Miss, it's good to see you. I knew Lexus would guide you to our side once again. I'm grateful she had the patience to tolerate my lapse in manners. Athena's hold upon me is broken, and I pledge every moment of my remaining time to seeing that she answers for her deeds. Very good. To that end, I would have you share me what you know of her plan. Of course, as I mentioned, Athena possesses a vessel that may serve in the creation of a god. It is someone Lexus knows well, a man by the name of Claudian, but I twisted fate his body proved ideal for Athena's purpose. The creation of a person requires not just a body, soul, or memory, but rather all three. We are made from memories of ancient counterparts etched upon our drifting souls and given form through infusion of aether. We lack a physical body, yet you can see and feel us all the same. Athena is different. She's carved her memories into Claudian's soul, while it was still within its body, and this made both her own. But even if she's prone to error, after the sundering, beings became more fragile in both body and soul, and this prevents Athena from realizing the full extent of her desires. So that's why she's turned her sights towards Lexus. Her uncommon strength rivals even the mightiest of our age. By scrutinizing her feats in battle, Athena claims to aim to deduce the secret of Lexus' prowess, use it to fortify her own vessel. Only then will the culmination of her research be at hand. Then to fight Athena, we must fight Claudian as well. We need not hasten to the man's destruction. Athena can inscribe herself upon his soul, but she cannot erase its will. If we weaken Claudian's spirit to the reality of his bondage, he might be compelled to wrest his body from Athena's clutches. We still don't know why she chose Claudian. What makes him more suited than anyone else? Although I've never spoken to Claudian, I did witness an incident that may prove revelatory. When instructing the vessel to do her bidding, she called it by a familiar's name, Ericthonios. What? Why would she... It's as I thought. Oh no! Did Ericthonios die at some point and we weren't aware, and like... She like really loves him, but she didn't say she loved him? Like, does she really love Ericthonios and like didn't ever convey that? Yeah, I guess so, right? That's so sad. The heck? Whatever. You know what? I take that back. No mercy on her. Forget that. She did bad things. The mist you may have just landed us the key to rescuing Claudian. What must we do? First and foremost, we must confront Athena. She must be made vulnerable as Elidibus was. Your opponent stands on the verge of godhood. As we are now, she would unmake us in an instant. Alexis, you have no choice but to place the burden on your fate, and the fate of many more besides squarely upon your shoulders. I trust you have no objections. One, I don't want to go. God or no, I shall cast her down. It's a burden I'm used to carrying. Objections, no. Concerns, yes. Objections, no. Concerns, yes. We know not what form Athena will take. I have faith that your skill will see us through this trial, as it has many times before. As I appreciate Lexus' willingness to fling herself at the unknown, however, we have yet to hear how this will liberate Claudian. I have a plan, but do not trouble yourself with the details. Same goes for you, Lexus. You must force your entirety on your attention on Athena. She will not be easily bested, even by one of your prowess. Let us trust in Lot Brea and prepare for the battle to come. Before we face Athena, I must know. If she had never discovered Orisight, had never fallen under its influence, would she have lived a normal life? Would she have been a mother to me? I've asked myself the same question. Questions with no answer, I fear. This is so sad. Like, their story is so sad because they were just a family. You know? At the root of it all, you know? But let us put this out of our mind. There's something we must discuss, and I would not do so as La Habrea, but as father to his son. Man, that's so sad. Man. Like it's stressful because it's like they were just a family. At the core of it, they were just a regular old family, you know what I mean? And like ambition and I don't know. There's a lot going on here, but it's like at the end, it's just really, it's painful, you know? It just downright sucks, that's all. Hey. Check. Boom, 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 pop. We're about to hear another good bop. Whoa. Whoa, it's so pretty in here.
You have done well to reach the seat of godhood. Now, bear your souls to me.
This lady. Whoa! 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 La Habrea's wife is crazy! She's crazy, y'all! She's crazy! Like we didn't know this already? Whoa, okay. 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 I clearly did not see that coming. Wow. We have no razors, they might as well wipe. Jump, everybody, jump! Jump to your death! Okay, well... I'm watching the wings. Whoa, this is dangerous. Whoa. Okay, well, clearly, ow. Okay, well.
Such a singularly resolute soul. He changed and forged from the fabric of creation. Shine brilliant for me!
Hey. Another ambitious person thwarted. $92 on the minion, let's go! 92 on the minion, I don't care. Yeah! Minion! You guys have no idea. Yes, body piece. Minion! Dude! Right over your dead body, you're coming with me. Minion first try again. Oh look, it's the whole family and the white Asian robed non-family member. Countless years I waited for that stifling crystal, and now when my dream is finally within reach, you stand in my way. Some people shouldn't be allowed to have those kinds of dreams. Your dream is not but selfish ambition. Its fulfillment would benefit only you. And why, Athena? At the end of the road to godhood, what did you hope to find? Valid point, Ericthonios. Matters not. The fact remains that she worked against the interests of the star. Even so, I would hear her answer. I would like to know why my mother cast us aside. How unlike you, Ericthonius. You were never so inquisitive before. Having struck upon your hypothesis, there is but one thing the wise woman desires. Oh! Irrefutable proof that she's creepy. My theory is that the true God would see us as we are, imperfect. She'd hammer out our flaws and rebuild something greater. To prove that this could not benefit the star, I would give it the perfect stewards that it might shine brighter than any other. And you destroy the lives already upon it? And that I'm no different from our peers. Over the eons, how many creations have we wrought? Such creatures cannot but usher their inferior predecessors into oblivion. Which is the exact point I made. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, imagine, right? Like, that's exactly what the Asians did. They made all these creations. And they remember, Hermes was like, he felt the same way for Medion, right? Like, he felt bad for his creation. She's the same way. She's like, well, she's the opposite. She didn't feel bad for them. She's like, well, we use them as a means to an end anyway, right? So she didn't really care. Even without a meddling, nature would take its same course. If the destination is the same, it's how somehow worse to arrive there by the guidance of God. I think not. The Oracite made such thoughts irresistible, perhaps, but it cannot have created them from a whole cloth. This is Athena's truth. What right do you have to pass judgment? You're but a vessel for my masterwork. Your purpose ends there. My only mistake was leaving you possessed of a soul. What are you saying? Poor Ictonios, always the last to arrive at the obvious conclusion. I gave birth to you for a single reason, that you might serve as my tool, and like any tool I crafted you to suit my needs, and that you might accept my essence when it came time. Of course, I also made you more amenable to my demands and ensured that you'd feel cloying affection to your dear mother. However, it seems that my trinking was insufficient. My very feelings were your design? Oh, she's got something behind her back! No! Smack her! No, don't let her! You created a boy unable to grasp even the simplest magic, ever hopelessly clinging to his mother's robes, unable to do otherwise. I was doomed from the start. But here you are standing in the defiance of her design. You are more than what she made you. I feel the sting of it, but with pain comes clarity. You ill deserve to wear the mantle of a god. As stubborn as you are witless, if the star was not to become mine, then it serves no purpose. Oh, there goes Ultima. Wow, mother be crazy. This mama be crazy. She aims to obliterate the ethereal sea and stem the flow of life. She will do no such thing. Before the battle, Labra told me I was the key to finishing this. Although I am but an illusion, my soul has crossed eons to find its home in one another. The one whose body Athena has seen fit to purloin as her own. Much of which I was once now resides in him. Should my memory seize this chance to follow suit, they may resound enough to wake his mind. But Athena inhabits him still. What will become of you? I don't know, but if I can arrest the soul, perhaps it'll disrupt Athena's hold. It's the best chance we have. My whole life others have looked down upon me, but I've never given up searching for my purpose, and now I've found it. Dude, this is so wild, this poor guy. This decision is yours to make and yours alone. Do as you will, my son. I know you shall make me proud. Aww. Man, dang it, La Habrea, you were a good dad and we had to trounce you in the first year of FF14. Smack you down in ARR. Eric Thonius, do not dare. Why should you tell him to stop? He didn't care, it's whatever. Your words hold no sway over me no longer. I have found my true family, isn't that the truth? Woo! I ram her down. Dude! He's gone! He's gone, you guys! No! Oh, okay, good. Well, I mean, they're well, not really good. Where's Aw? What? She's still alive? Nah, right? Where is he? He's gone. Rip. His magic should have been impotent with no body to fuel them. Oh no, because he did it. Athena is the sole source, force holding the space around Pandemonium together. Now it crumbles. Although it changed if it were to be buried here, we cannot let this be for Lexus' final resting place. Yeah. Grab him and let's go. Man, Eric Thonios. She's like, just as planned. Watch, she took him over. To think that you'd be my undoing, that you'd even be capable of defying me. Aw, he's still there. He's gonna be with his mom. That's sad. mad. Stop. Square Enix? Is there more you would say to me? Or have you decided to turn your back on your dear mother's bosom? Have you brought Claudian back to me? Apologies, but I am only the dregs of your memory. I can do not but watch as your evil as you rot. Your corpse rots and collapses, burying you under its weight. Disappointing, truly useless to the last. And who made me that way? Man. Ugh. I know, right? I mean, but like, it's sad. It's so sad for him, you know? I didn't want that for him. Law Brea and the others I could see, but like, I didn't want that for him, you know? That's upsetting. Oh, jeez. I didn't want that for him of all people, you know? Like he's just like... He's the one who, out of everybody, deserved better, you know? Ugh, that sucks. I know his absence pains you, but he acted with resolve, full aware of the potential consequences. Let us look back on this moment not with sorrow, but with pride. You're both heroes of the day. Athena's ambitions would have swallowed the world had you not stemmed their advance. We shall stay here, both look over Professor Claudian and ensure that there are no more further disturbances in the Aetherial, so you should rest, and it will take no for an answer. Is that it? Did I come back before we finished? Okay. It's like, it's so horrible. It's sad because it's like, you know, I don't know. It's messed up. Seems we can do aught but wait. Because we already knew the answer, but he like, Ericthonios wanted to like, he wanted to confirm, like, she wanted, they had the same goal. He wanted to confirm what she thought. She wanted to confirm without a doubt about, you know, her research. So it's like they had the same desire in a way. But it's still very, like, painful, you know what I mean? Perhaps we might discuss the matter which has been troubling me. While your colleague Nemgigi was enlightening us on the historical events which led to this era, she let slip the name of one of the Asians, La Brea. Oh, shoot. Well, now you know how much trouble you caused me. Although she knew of the figure only from her research, she was most insistent there is no evidence connecting the Asian to myself. Yet I'm aware that this La Brea used the heart of so chaos throughout your world, and I'd be a fool to deny such strong connections between us. You are the only one present who has met the Asian in question, so I would ask you directly. Ooh, I don't know if I want to answer this. Are he and I one and the same? It's my fate to work in the shadows and bring about untold destruction. Oh, how do you even answer that? Ugh. Perhaps silence is the most prudent response. I understand that Asians often use the bodies of others to enact their plots. It's impossible to say who they truly are. These Asians or paragons, I'm told, were ruthless in their schemes to rejoin the Sundered Worlds. I've heard but a small number of their deeds, and I still find it difficult to comprehend the depths to which they were willing to sink. To choose the path of evil, all for the sake of the star? I'll admit 'tis a decision I would make under the right circumstances. Although ages may take their toll, my devotion to duty would never waver. Knowing heed to what might be lost, I will treat the heart as a mere tool for my own ends. Never caring to look beyond the surface, I will unleash forces that I fail to truly comprehend and remain blissfully ignorant of my hypocrisy of all the while. Here's Claudian has awakened. Alexis, I have some faint memories of what transpired. You stood against Athena and won. And you were there too. Labrea, Erictonius' memories of you dwell within me still. Though unyielding discipline, you had hoped to forge a son equal to yourself, but the crucible you placed him in left scars which were loath to heal. Yet you were never motivated by selfishness. All you did was in the service of your duty. At least I will heal no more. Though you may possess Erictonius' memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you have become someone else entirely, and you belong to this age. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. Of course, I would never condemn the actions of Anabaseios, but you are not him, you are La Brea of the Convocation. You spared no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that, you deserve the utmost praise and my personal thanks. If you insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. The most difficult of your trials is behind you. You may find that Pandemonium is yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. Among them is the identity of FFXIV's liberator. You sent the very first wheels in motion. This is but one place to find these answers of the past. However, you must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate. While I doubt it would change the decisions I make, you should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Now that I have said my piece, I shall follow my son's footsteps. These odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. My time draws near, but I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. You shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of La Habrea's words, yes? While Themis himself may not be there to see this encounter, I have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter. That is, of course, if you'll share it with me. Look forward to it. I shall take in the ethereal sea one final time as I wait for your return. It's so crazy, right? Because it's like in my back of my head, it's not only has it been a long time, but it's just like, we're La Habrea, right? Like, holy moly. Erictonius too, more so him because of the way his mom was, jeez. Ugh. It's just the worst, isn't it? Thank you for checking out, boss. You speak with Hegemony and the other Wanderers. Are you here? The work is long, but we have made great strides in undoing Athena's meddling. Well, I didn't expect to see you again so soon, but it's always a joy. You seem quite happy to be here. If truth be told, I thought you would have little reason to ever visit this place again. It seems I was wrong. I just wanted to say hello. Can't leave any of you to obfuscate your motivations. Do as you will, then. She's gone through the trouble to visit us, so I hardly think pertness is in order. We brave Pandemonium together. Why not at least share with her our progress? I've relinquished control of Pandemonium to La Habrea. I was never meant to hold it for long, and now such authority resides in rightful hands. With La Habrea's help, we poured through Athena's research into the Hemithoi, thus being able to restore the hegemony's mind and body. If there's much work to be done, damage to repair, keywords to replace, the tasks are too many to count. But though the path may be long, our progress is steady. I believe we can safely say Pandemonium will soon function as it did before. Indeed, but after we reach that point, however, there are some matters which we must be put to rest. And I bumped my elbow. One concerns Pandemonium itself, another is a personal matter, and until they are settled, I cannot move forward. It shall not take long. Lack of resolve caused me to delay, but I have chosen my course. These concerns must be weighty indeed. Do they intend to share the burdens with us? If you would bear witness, then come. Your arrival at this moment almost beggars belief, but I shall not ask you to leave. Simply ask that you do not interfere no matter what may happen. Dude, no! Are you gonna see something horrible because we already know how this is gonna end? Like, are we gonna, like, just see, like, I don't know. I hope not. Here, this will be over soon. Oh boy. I'd rather not. Miss Bowl Cut, right? Is that what he's gonna do? He's gonna go fix her hair? It's like, we must fix your hair. Why did you call me your master librarian? There's much to be done if the warders are to be freed. You started the Pandemonium since Athena's time, have you not? That makes you the most senior keyword now that Agistus is done. Agistus is gone. As such, you deserve to know a few secrets that others are privileged to hear, one concerning myself. Separating Hephaestus from myself requires me removing part of my soul. As a necessary sacrifice, but one that came at no small cost to my natural talents. I am but a shadow of a man as I was in my time of appointment as La Habrea. I could never hope to wield the same magics as Hephaestus used to bind the warders' minds, let alone break their shackles. The tone of defeat does not befit your voice, Master Librarian. Do not give in to despair. There is no despair, only truth. I do confide in you and garner cheap sympathy. Hephaestus slept behind fascinating research. His conclusion was that in order to transform a vessel into a Anabaseios, absolute control over the mind was essential. As far as we know, the magic used to achieve such dominion exploited strong emotions in the victor's hearts. In the case of Hesperos and Agdistis, their respect for me. Upon slipping his bonds, Hephaestus took steps to throw pandemonium into chaos. With their attention divided, Keyword and Warder alike were easy targets. But their act was not to come before. Regardless of Hephaestus' prowess, he could not have won freedom on his own. Bowl cut. For long days and nights, I pondered who might have released him. I could only conclude that Athena's plans were set in motion long, long ago, which had come to the mind of one of her admirers. Hegemony, none of your questions your pride in your position, your devotion to pandemonium. But you do not believe I am the one fit to lead, do you? Your loyalty lies not in my vision of pandemonium, but Athena's. Master Labrea, whatever has spurred this sudden accusation, I assure you there is a proper explanation. Dang, exposed. What are you doing, La Brea? Do not approach. He said don't interfere no matter what. Told him. As I've already stated, there should be enough. I should be able to detect Athena's tinkering. I am currently powerless to dispel it. And so I've come to the decision which made the best interest of our mind of our star. In order to build a better future, I require the strength I have lost. I must embrace these odious memories. Wow, mark the site well, grave it upon your soul. Ah, no! That's unfortunate. Oh, she cooking. Roast chicken. Can't imagine this is an easy choice, but it is done. Is she alive? Yes, and she'll remember this lesson well. Athena's puppet no longer, I see. You may yet harbor ill will towards me, but the risk I'm willing to take. Our star requires a steady hand to guide it, and now mine is equal to the task. I can no longer allow pandemonium to divert my focus. My Jimony, I would ask that you serve me anew. There is none other than suited to overseeing this prison. None other would take such pride in their duty. My loyalty to Athena led me to betray you once before. Why would you allow me to keep the position of Keyword? I require your talents as I require Hephaestus's. The past is of no consequence. Very well, in honor of our fallen colleagues, I shall restore this institution to its former glory. Labrea himself is once more. He wields authority without hesitation and thinks not twice on his own judgment as sounded. Yet he is different from Athena. He thinks only of the betterment of the star. As long as duty guides his actions, she shall not share her fate. Well, we know how that goes. And should his convictions ever waver, the emissary will set him back on the proper course. Good, if this is the path he chooses to walk, then I will walk it with him. Allow our bond to fray no further. As his son, I'll support him in the days ahead. I hate this, you know what I mean? I would not ask you to stay the same, look, since you and I stand on a peak separated by vast chasms, our perspectives shall never align. And never shall one give way to the other, for such is our nature. With that in mind, let us consider any debts between us to be void. Before you leave, mark well these words. My resolve shall weather less unfathomable and yield before no obstacle. Walk your path with the same conviction. You leave my MMO daughter alone, Labra. Oh man. There you are, Alexis. While you were away, Themis brought me up to speed on all what happened. I was held prisoner. Your story showed upon a number of questions that were niggling at my conscience, and namely the concern of ethereal signature emanating from Azazel. Doubtless its source is Athena, reaching out as far as she could from her prison, ever grasping for someone to take Ericthonios' place, grasping for the body his soul resided in. I wanted to ask, when you found the crystal, were you able to hear the memories stored within? Indeed, it was only after our research was well underway that I could hearken to its whispers. Contact with the crystal may have awakened the memories, but the passage of time likely changed Ericthonios' soul in subtle ways. Perhaps the ethereal resonance is a gradual process in this case. However, being attuned to Ericthonios exposed you to Athena's voice as well. Doubtless the choice to venture forth into Azazel was not your own. It was Athena's influence working through you. I do recall being strangely fixated on acting alone. I would never have encouraged such recklessness easily. Although the choice is not entirely my own, I'm still ashamed of my actions. Reflection is how we plant the seeds of growth. Although we must not blame ourselves for events out of our control, the voice of the crystals belonged to the person from which your soul originated. Well, not even the most brilliant researcher could have come to that conclusion. Your reassurance means more than you know, thank you. One final matter, it concerns the very crystal whose discovery set this adventure in motion. Perhaps sparked by recent events, but a new light began to shine within its depths. From my experience, this may indicate the new memory has floated to the surface, eager to be observed. For some time, the question of why La Habrea and Ericthonios would leave such a crystal behind in the first place has lingered in the back of my mind. With Ericthonios' memory and such magical talents at my disposal, I believe I can make this final memory manifest for all of us to hold. Shall we witness this together? I leave this memory for you, the future of our star. The final days have come, and the creation magics we have relied upon so well now hasten our downfall. But despair is not won out. Labra and the others of the convocation are working to stem the chaos which threatens to engulf our star. That plan requires great sacrifice. Elidibus, Themis have already offered to give his life for our salvation. If there's a problem which must be dealt with, pandemonium, wherein are confined our most vicious creations. Even should we survive the final days, it will take time to restore order. If pandemonium cells are breached and their prison set upon the star, our hard-won peace would be obliterated in an instant. Someone must stay behind to ensure that never happens. With Themis and Labra otherwise indisposed, that responsibility falls to me. Man, that's so sad. It's like, okay, well, at least he wasn't evil like the other two losers. But the point is like, that explains where he went. That's why I must defy the directive order of the convocation. My soul will not be offered to manifest the star, but instead be consigned to eternal vigil. I know in doing so, the final days may take me. I may not live to see my duty upheld. That's why I've resolved to set the crystal adrift in the tides of the underworld. It contains memories of pandemonium from both my father and I shall bear witness to warning to the future of events if I cannot. I've imbued this crystal with magics that will attract it to my essence. Even should I journey through the underworld and be born anew, this message will reach me. Pandemonium shall not be left unattended. If all else fails, then perhaps another woman like my dear friend will come along, one with its almost unnatural ability to pick up the scent of trouble. I wonder where she is now, how many souls she saved, how many beasts has she slain since we last met. Alongside my warning, this memory shall carry a wish. May we meet again. Now listen well, if anyone receives this message, you must come to Pandemonium. Please make haste, I repeat. Well, that dispels the last of my doubts. Thank you for humoring me, and now we come to this. It survived. Ugh. Yep, the heart. The tide had bound Athena's memories to my body, no doubt. When I regained my senses, I found it on my person. Now it appears the efforts have been left behind and bereft of memories. No trace remains of Athena. However, its power as a oversight yet remains, and it may prove to be a valuable trove of knowledge in the hands of the right researcher. I feel that fate has left it with me for a reason. I should take my leave, but on behalf of my colleagues, nay, this entire star, I thank you both for putting an end to Athena's wickedness.
I see. Then Hephaestus' story has been laid bare. As has the nature of our mysterious crystal. The questions which led us into Pandemonium are answered, and soon order shall be restored. I too can fade away, unburdened by regret. I could not have reached this point without you, friend. So many revelations. But there are more, if you would dig a little deeper. Elidibus's soul was plucked from the ethereal sea, and from it I was wrought. Surely you have a passing interest in what I remember, in what I feel. You deserve what answers I can provide. While my memories of Pandemonium are clear, all else is hazy at best. Perhaps Athena made me this way, or perhaps it is the result of who or what I was before. Still, I can recall vague figures, scenes from my future and your past. At the Crystal Tower's peak, we clashed. And later, from that self-same spire, I send you forth into our age, into Elpis. Why? do I decide on such a course?
Man.
Formless as these images are, I cannot say. However, I can hazard a guess. Somewhere within my fragmented memories, I catch a glimpse of our journey into Pandemonium. A glimpse which shows not the path we took or the destination where it led us, yet by its very presence demands that you are required in Elpis. And even if that act is but one link in the chain of events which ends in Atheris' salvation, then this all has meaning. Our time together, every moment, is worthwhile, and I am unburdened by regret. That said, it is possible my motivations become something else entirely. That you would cross this vast expanse in the hopes of being reunited with your allies. A devotion that once would have baffled me. But after having been to the depths of that twisted prison and back, I think I can understand. Now, I have pulled back the curtain as far as I dare. The people of your age call this the Ethereal Sea, a name I quite enjoy, for it teems with life, each star a soul on its journey. And among these uncountable stars, it was yours that crossed my path. For that, I shall be forever grateful. I wish you well on your journey. A journey as long as your star is bright. A journey not bound by the confines of this world or any other. How fascinating. The truths that dwell at the edge of sleep.
Oh boy.
The course of history is set by its victors. It is immutable, and yet should this star continue upon its path, look, the light.
Welcome back. I hope you said farewell to Themis for me. Recent events give me not only to focus on research, but also insight on my own origins. Truly is a gift I never hope to repay. As Labrea said, I'm not Ericthonios, yet I bear part of him inside me, and I cannot follow his traces he left behind in the present day. Spark is struck in my mind, and I'm ready to pursue my research with fervor, which I have not had since my youth. Needless to say, I need you in the days and moons ahead. When that time comes, I hope you'll once again lend me sound counsel. Until then, may I bid you farewell. With both the ethereal sea and the heart of Sabik keeping mind occupied, I feel that I shall never lack for fascinating discoveries to motivate my work. What do you know of Athena and her Orsight? That topic has been keeping us quite busy of late, and MGG and Urisanad have been helping make sense of the fabulous tales that call them once to share our findings thus far. Our research into the heart has led us through many magnificent legends and tales of bygone civilizations, some of which mention or at least hint at the presence of Athena, Orsight, and the High Seraph Ultima. While we've formed an operating theory based on our surroundings, it's impossible for us to confirm its feasibility. Given the experience of the High Seraph, however, I think no one is better with whom to discuss it. Although we know not the precise timing of the High Seraph's visit to the star, we do know Athena somehow came into the possession of a mysterious crystal said to be the source of destructive magic known as Ultima. According to La Brea, it was Athena who gave Crystal the name Orsight, and her tireless research was born of the heart. The heart contained not only Athena's memories, but a concentration of ether unlike anything that he had observed before. Even a small portion of it could level mountains. It did, in fact, level Castrum Meridianum not so long ago. Records of your previous encounter with La Brea imply that the heart was, for a time, in the hands of the Allegan Empire. Doubtless it was the Acid himself who gifted it to them, thus sowing the seeds of calamity. The Allegans made little progress towards penetrating its mysteries, but some scholars attribute it to the fact that they used it all of the theoretical encounters between the Alex researchers and the High Seraph. Regardless of the journey, however, Regina the Heart returned to La Brea's clutches soon after the fourth Umbral calamity. The rest hardly bears going over again. Tracing the legends of Orsight back to their source suggests that the High Seraph may have been the cause of countless tragedies, including our most recent one. Regardless of the Orsight's source, however, it is Athena's boundless ambition that led to the wheels of tragedy in motion. I found one of La Brea's remarks most odd. While we were discussing Athena, he said that he was a fool to think that she could be confined. He didn't elaborate on the statement, but I think there's a possibility that Pandemonium was built not as a prison for failed creations, but to contain his very own wife. We already know he was well aware of the influence that Orsight had on Athena. It is not beyond the realm of possibility that Pandemonium's true purpose is to keep her isolated from the other ancients. Even so, she had freed herself to continue research outside of La Brea's purview. Perhaps it was his love for her that kept him from tightening his grip on her activities. Jeez. Well, that's it. Ba-dum-bum. We're done. Man. Nimgigi, what's up? Panda done. Why does he have a thing over his head, though? Oh, is it? Okay. We'll go ahead and unlock it. Might as well, right? Lexus may have a moment of time. I'd very much like to hear the boss about Pandemonium. Yes, we already gave you our account. Crystalline machinations. Professor Claudian, I had noticed important tasks were being left neglected, and when I inquired as much as reason, poor Rusanaut explained that he could barely keep up with your requests. Something must be done about this new obsession of yours. And you must pursue it until you find the answer you seek. I believe you're on the way to discovery. You shall make envy of your peers, myself included. Don't encourage him. We talked about Athena and obsession. We often find breakthroughs after shattering the rules of conventional research. I shall tend to Rusanaut's task, but you must promise me that your report will be a thing of wonder. Of course, Professor, you have my word. I shall give every scenario a fair shake, and what evidence is lacking, imagination shall fill in the gaps. I shall blend the lines between fantasy and science so skillfully that you'll doubt if they were ever even here at all. That's like not telling the truth, sorta. I'd expect no less from my assistants, but you penned to parchment. I'd be honored if you share some of your idle musings with me. Okay, we're done. That's it. We're out for the night. Farewell.